everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of Entab CampusCare EdTalks, an exclusive platform where we invite the pioneers from the education industry to share their years of experience and insights with us. Now, before we begin our webinar, let me quickly introduce NTAP to you. With an experience of more than 2 decades, NTAB has been associated with over 1,500 schools across India, evolving them to become new age digital campuses by providing them mature and futuristic ERP, CRM, and mobile apps. Now, in today's session, we are going to discuss about the do's and don'ts of shaping kids. We learn that how can the school environment and teachers' behavior contribute in shaping the child. We'll also understand that we can use social work to inculcate values in our children. Now, to share some valuable insights on the same, we have with us Miss Samiksha Singh, ma'am, the principal of Town Hall Public School, Lucknow in Uttar Pradesh. Ma'am is also the head of the elementary education in Atmanirbhar Bharat on vocational learning. Ma'am possesses effective communication, problem solving, and leadership skills. Welcome to Campus Care Ed Talks, ma'am.
Thank you, Ravisha. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for coming. So, ma'am, without any further ado, we'll start with the session. Ma'am, our audience would like to know that how the impact of
Yeah.
school environment on growing children. And what is the ideal behavior that a teacher should put across to foster a supportive environment?
Um, Children learn social behavior, interacting with others of the same age group in school, enjoying the company, and learning both motor and sensory activity through interaction. A healthy competition is also developed in school. A teacher should on all accounts be loving and caring. The most important attribute of a teacher should be patience. Teachers should never ever reprimand a child, should also take care of the slow learners, encouraging them all the time. A teacher is considered to be the second mother and acts likewise. But having said this, the ideal behavior on part of teachers and parents both should be of giving unconditional love, care, and support to them, isn't it? We often say to our kids, I did so much for you, and all I'm just asking you to take studies seriously and behave well, and numerous other things like that. Now, the question arises, do we really love and care our children unconditionally? Should a child study and behave well and must do things that we as teachers and parents desire just because we are fulfilling certain obligations of the society in addition to needs and desires of him and her. Do we really know and understand our child well? I feel we need to be little more guarded in this. We must understand that children are not vessels to be filled up. They are lamps to be lit to enlighten others in future. By doing such things, we are forcing our children to be just marks and medal machines and puppets of our existing educational system. We are refraining them from developing a personality and identity of their own, a vision of their own. Yes or no? Now, the question arises, what should we do then? Well, the answer is really simple. We as parents, educators, must always keep this thing in mind that every child is special in his or her own ways. There are so many things we ourselves can learn from them, like laughing without a reason, jumping around with joy for no reason, or how can we be exuberant bursts of aliveness called life like them? We must always remember that parenting involves a certain amount of discretion. Children have their own things to do. We just have to keep an eye open to see that they don't end up doing wrong things for themselves. They don't have to do everything with us. We just have to allow them to grow by creating an atmosphere of love, joy, and freedom. Apart from this, education is not about molding children the way we think they should be. Education is more about the natural longing of human beings to know. We must bring in them a sense of responsibility for their well-being, health growth, and ability to respond to every dimension of life. Freedom we give to our children must always be a consequence. We must also tell them about the responsibilities that it brings. When we want good flowers in our garden, our focus is not on good flowers in our conversation, isn't it? Rather, our conversation revolves around proper sunlight, manure, and water. Flowers will definitely come. Similarly, if we want to raise our children well, we just need to give in the right atmosphere of absolute love, joyfulness, and responsibility, and never let our children feel low. And never let them visualize any traits of jealousy, depression, and anger in us as parents or teachers or educators. We will definitely see our children blossom. It is my humble request to all the parents, educators out there of not treating our children as means to fulfill our unfulfilled aims, desires, and visions. Let us pledge to send our children to school, not to chase degrees and professions, but to learn in real sense and gain good knowledge to become better individuals and good citizens. Not only teachers, parents should also observe their children. They will see and realize their children's aptitudes, likes and dislikes, their temperament, and also their negative behavior. And likewise, she can be guided. For example, if he draws interest in music, or is eager to learn dancing, or wants to draw and paint everywhere, fascinated by a particular game or toy, observe. You may not be 100% right in your assessment, but liking and aptitude of the child, you assessing it, you will get definitely an idea that how can your child be groomed. He will be happy doing things he loves and he will definitely do well in that field. There are many examples that can be cited as far as this thing is concerned, and most popular one is none other than the Tendulkar, who never wanted to study but play cricket and see what he became. His father used to take him for training 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the evening, a sacrifice. He never wished his son to become a doctor or an engineer. Similarly, James Bond never disliked going to school, but wanted to know why does steam push up heavy weights, and he invented steam engine. I hope I have made myself clear about parents and teachers must do for their kids and students and then shape them well. Rest will be history. We all can see.
Absolutely.
Just let the children be, just let them flow, flowing river, and make their own way. Let them make their own way. They will definitely do. We must have trust in our children as parents, as educators, right?
Absolutely right, ma'am. So, ma'am, moving further, how will indulging student in, as we say, some sort of social work will help in shaping their personality and contribute in inculcating values like empathy, sensitivity, respect, humbleness, etc.
Uh, I personally feel that children are actually born with these kind of traits.
Absolutely.
They get overshadowed by our own behavior, learning from our own behavior, that they learn hatred, jealousy, selfishness, and they are never born with it. So there is nothing like we can teach them. We can only do things like we are present ourselves in a way that we want our children to be. Just talking won't work. It should reflect in our behavior. But still, definitely visiting slums, orphanages, or going for outings to villages, inculcating the concept of each one will develop empathy, sensitivity, respect, humbleness, and so on. Children become aware of the poor conditions in which the slum dwellers survive. So it will also help them develop a sense of gratitude, like what they are having and what others are lacking. It's not that they will have less kind of that I want more, I want more. They will understand that there are people around who even lack the basic amenities of life. And they will understand the value of material things gradually, which they easily acquire in life, right?
Right, ma'am. Rightly said, ma'am. And ma'am, before closing the webinar, what do's and don'ts would you share, or would you suggest to the parents, like avoid creating comparisons, not speaking ill for other relatives, and avoiding and arguing in front of their children?
Parents only request from the parents I'm having that start giving quality time to your children, shower love and attention on them as and when required, and scold and reprimand your children as little as be totally. I cannot say that, oh, it is absolutely not required, but yes, bring it to the minimalistic level. Explaining good and proper behavior through their own actions. A no is a no ever, even if it is said politely. This one thing should also be taught to the children very categorically. Yeah.
Wonderfully said, ma'am. Thank you so much for coming on Campus Care Ed Talks today with us. And to all
Thank
the
you.
viewers, thank you, ma'am, and to all the viewers for joining in today on the Campus Care Ed Talks. And thank you so much for giving us your valuable time and all the
Thank you,
insights.
Nimisha. Thank you
Thank
ever
you,
so
ma'am.
much. It's all right.
Thank you,
Pleasure is
ma'am.
all mine that I am able to communicate my views and help people understand certain things.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And to all the viewers, we'll be coming tomorrow with another session. Thank you so much. Till then, take care and stay safe. Bye bye, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Bye bye. Take